Well, good evening and welcome to Psychic the Plans. I'm Aeson Knight, and with me tonight, joining me is the techie with the mostest, but also the manager with the grand hammer, Techie Joe. How are you, darling?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you this evening?
Doing well, doing well. It's been very, very fun.
Absolutely, absolutely. We've been doing all the things. Even got the house cleaned yesterday, and it was Psychic Saturday.
Yeah. That was impressive. So I kind of handed it, and this show is going to be in 3 different sections.
Yeah, because we got 3 different things going on for this show. It's not like a normal one. We're not just planning our week.
Right.
Yeah.
We're planning the quarter. We're reviewing what we done last quarter, and we're showing a few different planner techniques. Because I've changed something over the last quarter, and within this past week, we changed it again.
We did. Added some new things.
We did. And we had to play with it to figure out what worked. So let's kind of review this past quarter we've been into. And, well, this whole freaking year. I've been very much a paper planner. Last quarter, we tried digital planning for the business side because that's always been our issue.
Yeah. And paper planning's nice. Don't get us wrong. Paper planning has its place. It is a beautiful personal thing.
Right.
When you're trying to plan with others, when you're trying to collaboratively plan,
right,
that's where it starts to have a problem.
Well, that's where it starts to have a problem. And then when you start getting into running a business that's an advisor business, and the advisor business is growing exponentially because you keep getting new networks, new names, new directions, and that's great if you're a network reader, but I'm not just a network reader. I'm
that 13th network is the one that did it all in.
Yeah, it's gotten there. Yeah.
Well, because it was, you were doing great with 12 networks and like keeping it all straight in the head and when goes where and who does what and blah, 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 blah. You added that 13th network and it was just, I could kind of tell from the beginning, it was one more set of rules. And it was just the one more set too many.
It was the one more set of tracking that was too much. It was the one more set of obligations that were too much. And then we add in, we are out of the panini, so I'm doing limited events.
And we're back in doing some classes.
Right.
Again, not running like we were.
No, not running like we were. That's too much for anyone, especially someone at my level. Mm-hmm. We have to realize, I'm within the top 100 in the US and within the top 500 within the world of psychics. Yeah, that's a lot. When you're getting articles wrote on you and trying to keep up with everything. Showing up to read cards at the craft fair is refreshing, but I can't do it every weekend.
Well, and I think that's the big double underline point is, doing events is great, you enjoy them.
Right.
Doing classes is great, you enjoy them.
Mhm.
But there's expenses that go with that, and then there's missed income opportunity.
Right.
Like, you got to give something up to go do a class.
Right.
And if we can't get, like, it's a little easier when you're just starting out, and it's like, well, what you're giving up is your, if you still have, like, because we know people who've done this. If you're still working like your regular job, the one that pays the bills at Monday through Friday, and then
Mhm.
you have the weekend, what you're giving up is your weekend to start your career, and going to fairs and festivals and events and things like that, or teaching classes. That's like zero loss money.
Right.
Like, you're taking a little bit of risk that, like, okay, it turned out it was more of just, a me fun trip, not a me make money trip.
Right.
Um, but you can give that up. It's okay.
Right.
When you get into it professionally, and it becomes the regular job, um, it usually means that to go do the fairs, the festivals, and the events, you're gonna have a minimum amount that you could have made that day,
Mhm.
because clearly historically you've made that working
Mhm.
on, networks and platforms and private clients and all that, and you're giving that up to go to this event. So
Mhm.
if the event can't make that up,
Mhm.
then it's just hurting.
Right. But the other side of that is, I'm not just looking at giving up income. Like the Terror Summit, I loved it. It was a great experience. I got back and I had three managers like, where the fuck have you been?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, again, that's part of what you're giving up too, to go do that event. You couldn't service clients those days
Right.
that weren't local to the event, gonna be at the event, and you had very limited availability for them
Right.
outside of the event.
Right.
And then especially some events, if you sit there and do 30, 40, 50 readings,
Mm-hmm.
folks, I'll go ahead and tell you, there's not, like, he can set up that availability, but I'm going to tell you right now, the closer he gets to 70 readings, that becomes a premium availability.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, you're gonna, like, start running into Aeson, who says things like, "I'm not getting out of bed for less than $70,000."
Right.
Because I'm exhausted. I've done all the things.
Right.
Um,
And I think that's something we learned this quarter. I also think we learned this quarter that, I'm non 24, above board non 24. Um, I'm apparently very light sensitive. hmm so that was the movement of the office. Like, no, I need to actually get light. And then one day, I'm in the office space. We hadn't moved in the top light yet from the old office, and it was a gloomy day. And it's like I cannot get going. As soon as we put the light up, the lights
ready to
came
go.
on, ready to go.
He's an orchid. Or,
Yeah.
well, okay, at bottom level, he's a violet.
Uh-huh.
At the top end, he's an orchid. One of the two. Somewhere in the violet orchid spectrum of plants.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we learned.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Well, and I think there's also something to be said for the fact that, since we have reduced the amount of traveling, like, the panini was bad. Like, that was the zero travel really ate it.
Yeah.
So some travel is worth it. Like, we need a mix of it. But you also, like, quit getting hammered as bad by events.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Because there was a point in which doing it like 2 days of event
Mm-hmm.
had like a 3-day recovery window.
Right.
That just, he's exhausted, he's tired, he is not getting out of bed for nothing.
Right.
Like this pummeled him.
Right. Right. So let's talk about last quarter.
Yes.
What was our accomplishments?
Oh God. Let's see. I took on 2 emergency clients, and I have them at least successfully running.
Okay.
Took on a third new client that I've got to get set up, but actually had the bandwidth. Excuse me, 3 emergency clients.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's kind of impressive in and of itself because
Yeah.
Granted, that third emergency, that one was so bad. Their stuff was so far screwed up that
Right.
we were starting from scratch.
Yeah.
Like just build it. So we got that done. Let's see. Oh, I've got a whole list. So why am I not like I'm trying to remember?
Yeah. That's like, why aren't you looking at your list?
Yeah. So let me get over there because it's not oh, there almost go. Here's the quarter. All right. So yeah. Got a major product load done for one client.
Mm-hmm.
She did like 45 new products.
Mm-hmm.
So that was we did the Tarot Summit. We pulled that off.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there was Central West Virginia Pagan Pride.
Right. We pulled that off.
Pulled that off. And then sneaking in under the wire because that wasn't enough for me.
Mm-hmm.
I, for months, have been trying to clean out the car.
Right.
And just like totally, not just like pick up the trash and, lie to myself about vacuuming it out later. I mean, clean out the car.
Mm-hmm.
Trash out, floor mats out, vacuum everything down, wipe everything down, clean out the car. Minus the windows, I got that done. And the windows I can knock out.
Right. All right. So for me, I got actually stuck to a planning system for a quarter. Yeah. Began understanding myself and my patterns of behavior a little bit better. I got the life coaching system together, and I added 2 new networks. I had forgot about adding the 2 new networks.
You did.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. It was like you hit 13 and 14.
Yeah.
And it's like this spinny little top is just like
yeah. Tasks I didn't get done was the life coaching videos. I've got a few of those still there.
Well, on things
Give me a minute. But talk. What did you not get done?
Well, on one of the emergency clients, I thought I would have everything done for her.
Mm-hmm.
And it's close.
Right.
But I can't call it accomplished in this quarter. So I'm having to move that to quarter 4. I'm not beating myself up over that.
Right.
Like, it was a nice theory that we could do that. It's and then you've had your life coaching stuff that I didn't get a chance to touch yet. So that's how I'm starting my Q4 is making sure you get that.
Right. I didn't get the palm reading course done or scheduled. The content calendar hasn't been done, and the Black Moon astrology hasn't gotten added.
Okay.
What was your major time sink? We'll see if we have the same one.
Oh, the major time sink. Actually, it's two, and I feel bad about one of them to just say it that way, but it is. I can't not say it. So okay, the biggest, like one of the biggest ones I'm struggling with, and I've been struggling with, and I can't, I've really got to take some time and figure it out. I just keep having this morning inertia where it's like I get up in the morning and I have my coffee and like I hit that like hour of being awake and my body's still just like, oh my god, no. Like I don't want to go in the office. I don't want to do anything yet. I just no. And it's like so my mornings are getting strung out on strung out.
Right.
But just kind of sitting there in inertia.
Right.
So it strings into this long, long morning, and it's like, no, I gotta stop doing this. Like I can't do that.
Right.
So I've got to figure out something to break the inertia and get moving. So I'm going to be trying to figure that out over the next, and I still have to figure that out because like I got to go in a deep dive and figure out what am I doing to break this inertia.
Right.
And then the other one, the trips to Princeton.
Yeah.
Like those consume so much time that I mean it's like but I have problems sitting there trying to like yes, it's a time sink and a distraction, but it's not a bad thing. And I guess I'm really struggling with yes, it takes up a lot of time. Yes, it you know eats a lot of energy. I struggle with calling it a bad thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
Right. And it's just that. For me, it's weird. It's social media. I've got to stay off of it. I get lost in it. That time blindness kicks in.
Oh yeah, you are the perfect social media consumer.
Yeah.
Like they love you. Like you are who they design for.
Yeah.
Like come into my parlor, said the spider to the fly. That like you are just like okay.
Yeah. You know, so I've got exactly. So I've got to do some Pomodoro there, and also being very clear with boundaries. I've got to get better at that. Of like, no.
I wonder if they make an app that you can set up to turn on when you open certain apps and Pomodoro it. Like you get a limit and then it stops you and says
I
you're
don't
taking
know.
a 5-minute timeout.
I don't know yet.
You can come back in after 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't before 5 minutes is up.
Right.
And then see if do you really want to do this? Because
Right.
I'm thinking if that app doesn't exist,
Yeah,
it should. Like someone out there wanting to make a few $1 million, here's how you make a few $1 million.
possibly, but you know, the other thing there is remembering to use the Pomodoro. Like that technique works really well for me. Setting alarms, you guys may hear alarms go off, and it's because that is what's programmed. Like that, there is no other dinging that actually gets my attention anymore. So, what percentage of tasks versus accomplishments did you get done? This is what I call the post-it note stack because I done the big physical compound. Yeah. So these are the okay.
Okay, so I missed the last part. Why or why not? So I went with 95%, which I don't think is technically true, but in actuality, yes.
Yeah.
Like, I think I overwrote what I could do in this quarter.
Mm-hmm.
And I took on a lot. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, if you look at what I would have originally intended
Right.
versus what all got done this quarter,
Mm-hmm.
I yeah, some things were carrying over to next quarter, but I think that was because they were less than necessary.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of things got added in the quarter.
Right.
So I'm calling it 95%, which is, I mean, that's not technically accurate. Like, if you really wanted to get technical with what I wrote, I got
Mm-hmm.
probably 75%.
Yeah. I got about 50% done
Mm-hmm.
comparatively, because these are the ones we got done. Yes, that's a lovely stack. This is the stack we didn't get done. I think the lesson I learned was I cannot design two products at the same time.
Yeah.
And I scheduled
Well,
3. Yeah.
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 So single product, and then you've got to figure out goals you've got to figure out disparate goals.
Right.
As in this, like, this goal has nothing in common with this goal, has nothing in common with this goal. And
Right.
then run those 3 major goals.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So earbuds dead. This is another thing that is coming in really handy, and this is a tip for people. Get earbuds and use them, not for just live streaming, but when you're working on stuff so you can focus.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have to turn you up.
Great for that. Also, super hack. I have mine 3M taped to the shelf on my desk, like
Mm-hmm.
the bottom of the case, so it's on the underside. And it literally stays plugged in and charging.
Okay.
So I finish the show, I pull it out, I put it back. So one, I always know where it's at,
Mm-hmm.
and 2, it's always ready to go.
All right. Well.
At least so far, and I gotta say, I've had this set up since I moved the office,
Mm-hmm.
which was what, 8 months ago?
8 or 9 months ago.
Yeah, 8 or 9 months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about right. So about 9 months ago. So if I were to have killed this set, which I haven't, they're still working great.
Mm-hmm.
But if I had killed them in this time period with what I'm doing, I would not be mad.
No.
Like, so just because I technically hate the idea that I have a rechargeable earphones case constantly plugged in to charge my headphones or my earphones. I technically, the technological side of me hates that, but so far it's not been a problem.
Right.
So I'm taking the win. Like,
Right.
it solved a lot of problems for me, just having them constantly plugged up and ready to go.
Yeah.
Like, I spend way less time looking for my headphones.
Yeah. Okay. I'm about had it with this one.
Oh, yes.
Dr. Bombay, you need to come get your goofs.
Dr. Bombay, take your goofs away.
Yep.
And like magic, they were gone. So, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, things that were habits that need to keep coming forward and coming up in this quarter.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm gonna end up having to go back. Like, I could not figure out what I did.
Right.
And I think it's more so I need to set down, and it has less to do with like what habits I need to carry forward,
Mm-hmm.
more about which ones I need to create.
For me, setting the schedule and having a set schedule and living it, switching when need to, and taking time for my life on this planet, meaning like not being stuck in the alpha zone so much. We really love the yeah, I really love the sugar skulls and the jawbones, Brenda. I haven't tried the loopsy ears yet.
Well, the skull candies and the
JB, the jawbones.
Yeah, the JBLs.
Yeah.
Or J Labs.
J Labs. Love them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are nice ones. Skull candy, like back all the way to corded.
Mm-hmm.
I actually should have gotten like commission selling those damn things.
Right.
Like, I swear to God, I missed an opportunity to be like Skull Candy. Can you go back in time, Skull Candy, and create an affiliate marketing program?
Yeah.
Because I could have made some money.
Right.
Because I just hand people my set and be like, here, use mine. Mm-hmm. And they're like, what are they and where do I buy them?
Right. All right. So let's move on, since we've done reviewing of quarter 3, and show the new toy.
Yeah.
Well, let's take a break and do our 3 card. That's what we should do.
Yes.
Yep. So, which layout is that? That is this one. There we go. Here's the new toy. He done it, y'all.
I brought him to the dark side.
Yeah.
And apparently we need to clean the dark side.
Yes, we need to clean the dark side. We have some things going on.
Oh, Brenda's pointing out those aren't headsets. They are literally only noise reduction. So, yeah, but for earbuds, she likes the ones that we mentioned. Yeah. They're both good company.
Yeah. So
yeah, we got him to the dark side.
Yes, and I'm going to be moving towards, the company is going to be in digital, except I'm not doing the one that he does. I actually built one, and we'll go in that in a second.
Good notes and like.
I was like, no, this is the same problem.
Yep. So that's when he decided all digital, all the time, make it happy, make it so.
Right. All right. So let's see what our 3 cards is for this week.
All right.
Now, I'll happily do that during our switchovers, but I do need your birth date.
Yep. Month, day, and year.
Yes. All right. So let's see what's going on with next week. First card up is the Death card. All right. Hold still. Let's switch next. You're in a mood today.
Oh, no. Not again.
Not again. We're done with changing.
Oh. Because that literally was the beginning of last week's reading.
Yeah. All right. Interesting. Okay, fine. Fuck you. We're just gonna ride.
All right, what do we have here?
All right, first up is the 8 of Cups, walking away from what you've built if it doesn't serve you. The mid card is the Hanged Man, learning you don't have to sacrifice everything. And then Death, changes of unexpected proportions. And that is the second deck I pulled for the Death card.
Y'all were meant to have it.
Yes, so as we know, the full moon, which we see here, was really making some changes. We also have Pluto coming out of retrograde. So this week is going to be a week of you looking at the past decade and going, why? What do I need to get rid of, and how to happen there? So we're continuing our quick, fast changes.
Yeah, apparently.
All right.
Hey, though, it kind of fits between the Aries moon,
Mm-hmm.
Because we're full moon in Aries, and then the 4th, there's an astrological event that's also kind of the same.
Yep.
Energy.
All right. So let's go ahead and take Neil's question because they did give us a birthday.
Yes, Nell, May 11th, 1986. And they're from the Philippines. I'm glad you're getting us over in the Philippines.
Yeah, we have a global listening audience, strangely. I think they're going to be very even-tempered. It will meet them at a celebration. I also feel like you've got some travel involved with them, so they probably do something in their job that requires travel. I also feel like they've been heartbroken before, so you'll need to move very softly and you need to be very comfortable in building with them. Okay, Neil? All right. With that, and by the way, I'd say they're probably going to be entering within the year. All right, so let's start showing off. We'll take this down. Add that. And welcome to the world of Aeson.
And the world of Notion.
Yes, so this is Notion planning. It is still HB90 built. And what we've done is I've literally gone and built out the HB90 system. We'll go into October. And we can go into October the 2nd. Gives me my weekly overview. And of course, it shows me the whole month here. This is interlinked with my Google Calendar. So it's going to show me everything there that I need to see. That's already on the calendar. It updates as it updates. This may not seem like it's very useful, but surprising it is because you can click on the card and see what's there. Oh, let's not show.
Oh, shouldn't. No. Y'all didn't see that.
There we go. So here's the guest for the Psychic Coffee Shop. All their information is there where I can locate that booking at. The Google Calendar link to it. It interlinks. It is so I can see immediately if someone books. And then we go to my daily pages. Let's go into today's page, which is under 3/4. And you got, well, I thought it was here. Where is my daily for today? Here it is, October 1st. And this syncs on all my devices. So I already have my business planner wherever I go, either on my iPad or my phone. It has any appointments I have booked right here. It has all of my block scheduling here, my to-dos that I need to do today. Then it goes into the power journal, which you guys seen me develop. My morning part of the power journal. Then it has all the routines. And what's really cool with this is as I finish one, all I got to do is click the button and it goes away. So I can just move on to the next thing. The other thing is call tracking, because networks set, standards about how many, and I have a goal to have 30 calls a day, communications a day. So I can sit there and count them. Right now we're at 8. We're at 9 for the day. But here's all my routines for all the networks I work, the PCSP network. So like once the show's recorded, I've got to upload it, download it, all that fun stuff, and my nightly routine. And it moves like it goes on to the next. It does the only thing that links in is the next day. So we'll go here, open, full page. As the day gets filled in, this is for the week's overview. And as I create pages for the week, it'll pop out here. But on Monday the 2nd, I know what my routine is for the day, what I need to get done, because the to-do list links over from the first one. You know, and as I finish them, I just cross them off. I can do my power journal. And then I'll start my day with coffee and reflections and running through the gambit of things. You know, got my yoga time pre-scheduled in, and I can go in here into the yoga. And let's say I found a workout I really like. I can literally inline it here, and it will always just be there. So I really like that feature.
Or you could find several that you like and just have them there for, you know.
Right. Yeah. So there's no more hunting for it. Daily journal. I'm leaving this on paper, but if I wanted to, I could do an inline text and just begin journaling right here.
Now, that's the one thing you really appreciate paper for, is that you just don't feel like you're, like you've said, I don't really feel like I'm journaling unless I'm literally pen and paper journaling.
Right. But, you know, if I need to go and, you know, post schedule and I need to make notes on that, I can do that. If I've got a meeting, it goes into a card and I can sit there and just take the notes instantly right there. And it will be stored right there. So I can go back next year and see how many calls. Let's go Saturday, October the 7th. Let's say next year, October the 7th, we want to see if it's worth me going to go do something. And I come in here and it's down to like 57 calls that day. No.
You ain't going nowhere.
No.
Yeah.
And I can change the top here. Like they have some that are built in. Like, I don't know. Maybe I want to see cookies all day.
No.
Or, you know, ornaments. I can change that. Or I can even upload my own image. So I can decorate it as I want. So it still has the decorative principle. You guys probably won't see the system much until next quarter, because it's going to grow and develop and is, you know, going to build. Now, here's the cool things. Joe can instantly know where the money is and where the bills are.
I can't.
What's been paid, what transactions have been completed, what's still left to pay, without having to go and hunt down my planner.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because so far that's not. Like, I just, and I feel weird, like, hunting through your planner. Like,
right.
That doesn't, it doesn't bring me joy. To have to go track down your planner at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't.
Right. And I can instantly update things. I don't have to keep rewriting them, and I can access them wherever we're at.
Mm-hmm. You can.
And I can move things as easy as that. Mm-hmm. All right. So Aeson Knight in ink. Here's the status board. You know, what's being done, what's been completed, things and ideas that I have for it, and the to-dos for the month. All right, Aeson Knight Education. We need to create the bracket over on the education for the year and the day classes, schedule the inner circle classes, update class for the buy now. Patreon is now doing the uploads, so that's part of our core stuff we're working on this quarter. And some of this is this month, things that we are in the middle of doing. And then the life coaching thing. We got the 6 models done. We're waiting for the graphics. We got to build the database, which will be in Notion for me to keep up with my clients. We have a video coming out on emotional IQ and what life balance really looks like. Those are all set to go up and get worked up this month. All right. And then there's other things I need to add from the sticky notes that we didn't get in yet. Those will be going up. And then this is my quarter's life goals. So I'm doing mine a little different than the HB90 system, but still the same. My personal goals, my relationships goals, and my business and work goals. So those are all there, and they interlink. Like this one, the 101 class interlinks with the one over here on life coaching. And then I have what's called the file cabinet. So I don't have to go in and redo the quarterly review and this. I just have to go in, duplicate it, and put it into its little binder here.
Oh.
Yeah. Because, like in October, November, all of them are preset, pre-done, and I just have to keep copying. I need to move this, and this is how simple it is. Move it to the file cabinet, it stays in the file cabinet. So now I have the original day page, and I only filled out my day page, copied my day pages for October. So if something changes between October and now, boom, I can come in here, change this template, and be ready to move for November. My nightly section of my day pages is what made today great. Sometimes it's important to the 3 things I'm grateful for at night and what is going on tomorrow's to-do list.
All important things. All important things.
All important things. So yes, this is massive. This has been a lot of fun. And it's a lot of work getting everything together, but it enables us to, instead of having these boards in the living room, because we have beautiful pictures of New York that we covered in Post-it notes to make these boards. These boards now live on all of our devices. It's on our phone, it's on our computers, it's on our iPads, it's on our laptops. They're all there. And if Joe goes in and changes something, it changes on all the devices.
I have 0 stage fright.
Huh?
And I have 0 stage fright with that whatsoever.
Right.
Sorry, that is one of those things, though. Like, it's sometimes the good and bad of the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Is that it sounds great, and it is great. It is a wonderful, beautiful thing. But there's also those moments where it's like,
yeah,
like I'm scared.
Yep. But you'll be fine.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun.
Yep.
So yeah, but no, I'm really happy you got that set up. That you've been able to get that set up because you've wanted that done forever.
Right.
And it was just finding all the right tools. And we went through a paper version, like he was saying, with the compound boards physically on the wall with the stickies.
Yes.
I can't say I hated it, but I think it was a little too out of sight, out of mind.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know you kept kind of having that moment where it was like, oh shit, I forgot to update that.
No.
Like, I did it. I did the thing. Because, like, I went over, I figured out what I was doing for the week. I wrote it in the planner and planned out when I was going to do it. And then I did it.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, all of a sudden, you're just kind of sitting there and you look up at the board and you're like, oh, shit. Like, that's done.
Mm-hmm.
And they're still sitting over there, like, haven't even tried yet.
Yeah. And no, we have not trained him to check his. He is not going to be in this system using it. It's too complicated for him, and he just doesn't care.
Yeah. Like, well, because then again, a lot of what he does is like house support at this point.
Yep.
Because those of you that have been with Aeson for a really long time, he used to set up your appointments. He used to call you back about appointments. He used to handle, some different things for the business that weren't like he wasn't doing readings. He didn't have access to reading. But like follow-up messaging and stuff like that. Yeah, no, he's mostly just doing the household support that lets this all run.
Right.
So yeah,
and he has his own career.
Yeah, he is working. He has a job.
Yep. So he's doing his own thing, but and that happens. But no, if I were to get another direct assistant to me, they can do the same sharing. They could come in here and update the routine. They could come in here and update whatever we needed to update without a problem. And that's what we're planning for, because if 2024 is as good as I hope it's going to be, I'm going to need an assistant, and I'm not wanting a direct assistant. I think I want a remote assistant in another time zone, because they need to be as flexible as I am. With that said, we're going to move.
That's one of the costs, and I think that's worth mentioning, of doing events, especially figuring out that you were non-24. Was most of these events happen between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. And it really yanks him out of his normal.
Right.
Forces him into like the corporate hours that he doesn't best function in.
Right.
Like, he can do it. He can show up, especially if we're just talking about like a few days at a time. But there's a price to be paid.
Right.
Like, it hurts.
Yeah. But no, this works really well. It syncs really well. There's a lot of creators that use it. I've not seen advisors use it. What I really like is HP90 moved into this, and I didn't have to adapt much of HP90. I had to replace the word writer for reader. That's the only adaptation I'd done to it.
Basically. Now, but did it let you do did you set up all your block schedule?
Yeah. Right here.
Okay.
Yeah, it pre-calculates it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. I figured that would be one part of it, and then the block tracking as well.
Right.
That would be some of the...
Right. And that's part of the routines that are built in, is the block tracking.
Yeah. Fair point.
4 blocks, 5 blocks, 3 blocks, 5 blocks, 4 blocks, 4 blocks, 8 blocks.
Okay.
Yeah.
That works.
Yeah. I really like that. All right. So that is our new that is my new digital business planner. So we'll take that down. Now it's your turn.
All right. So I'm still paper planning. And this is not to say that I don't use anything digital to plan my business. We just don't really have a good way to show how I use Trello for because it has a little bit less to do with how I plan my business and more to do with how I manage the other businesses. Right. So, and there's no good way to show that without showing off a lot of client stuff.
Right.
Because, That's mostly where, and I brought in Trello for that. Oh God, what, about 2 years ago now?
Yeah, I brought Trello into it 2 years ago, and you took it over.
Okay. But no, we started using Trello to help manage the different businesses. I'm surprised.
Right.
Because it was a lot easier to track all the data.
Mm-hmm.
But even on my own, a lot of the things that are on it are still things I can't show because they involve like some very sensitive client information.
Right.
Or information that I'm not comfortable sharing.
Right.
Let me go with that. It's not like top secret. It's not like you're going to break in and get their credit card numbers.
Yeah.
It's not like that. But it's stuff that, like, when their domain registrations are due, and when their renewal for this is, and like, yeah, like there's a lot of data to track.
Right.
For each client, especially the web design clients.
Mm-hmm.
What their official colors are, what their logo is, what their, and some notes there.
Right. And future products and
issues they've had, things that we have to remember, um, that become important to like managing their business. And then there's like future stuff that they're doing that is currently like on my work board, or it's notes and reminders of stuff that they're going to be doing. Or if they're traveling, or if they're doing that, all of that's kind of being encompassed there. That took so many sticky notes out of my head. And that literally was where it was at, was that I was doing good with up to like
3.
No, I was doing good with up to, I think it was like 10 sites that we had going, and all of the stuff running around in my head and remembering, oh yeah, that's due here, and this is due there, and that's this, and this is that, and that's their font. And then I don't know, we took on like 3 clients all at the same time, and my brain just shut down. And it was like, I can't, and I couldn't even figure out what my problem was. And you were the one that brought up Trello, and I was like, okay. And so I got onto Trello, and I started like, okay, how am I using this, and what am I using it for? And it was like the fingers just started flying, creating cards, because all this crap was in my head. And it was like Trivial Pursuit of clients, and it's like I don't need to have all this on my desk, my mental desk. To go with an analogy, but it was like my mental desk is covered in Post-it notes of all these little things I have to remember and know and keep up with and like process, and it flew. Putting that in there because it was like the escape ramp for all the extraneous stuff that was just cluttering. I will say, if you're looking for a good starter place, and let me tell you, if nothing else, I think I've really sold a few people on Trello. One in particular about killing, because I had some originally. That's neither here nor there, but like it really did help them a lot. To have that same, because they were having a same mental moment. They were keeping track of a lot of stuff in their brain. And it's like, yeah, no, this isn't working. So yeah, Trello is a great one if you're just going to start out, if you want that kind of compound board experience, of just get it all out. And create spaces for it and dump it out and put it in cards, because that's kind of the terminology they use, is workspaces, boards, and cards. So you create a workspace for whatever the thing is. Then you create boards in that workspace. Then you create cards on the boards.
Right.
So yeah, it goes really quickly.
Yeah.
Like
Very much
the
so. Yes.
I was really relieved when I did that.
Mhm.
Like I just was at the point professionally, I just kept a migraine
Right.
because I couldn't sit down without having something pop into my head. Oh, I got to do this. Oh, I got to do that. Oh, I got to do this other thing. So, loving it.
Yeah. All right. So how's your planner? What you done? Ooh, it looks like you've done a lot of things.
I've got a few different things going on. I'm trying to create a recurrent daily,
Uh-huh.
which actually I finally figured out that was my better life choice.
Mm-hmm.
Was instead of trying to create like a total summation of everything I do,
Mm-hmm.
was to create a work-based recurrent daily.
Right.
So this is the one little pink scotch taped card.
Mm-hmm.
Is that. So like I have my Monday thing that I'm doing. Like I do this
Right.
every Monday. This is what I do.
Right.
And then I'm adding a separate to-do list underneath.
Mm-hmm.
So like we've got a few different things going on there. And then yeah, I decided to go with this kind of post-it theme
Mm-hmm.
for how I'm doing appointments
Right.
and do them that way. I really, and we've talked about this so much. We like this is my HB90 death nail. Like if there were anything to kill HB90 for me in this planner, it's gonna
Mm-hmm.
be this time area.
Right.
And I have fought it and fought it and fought it and fought it and fought it. And I think this is my solution to that is I'm less concerned
Mm-hmm.
with the actual physical appearance
Mm-hmm.
in terms of like it's exactly marked for 8 p.m. Then it's in the relative day position.
Right.
Like it is an evening appointment and it's clearly written on it what it is. It is
Right.
8 p.m.
Right.
Because I've tried to follow those lines and use them as a guide, and it
Mm-hmm.
drives me up a wall.
I know.
So yeah, that's what I've done there. That's actually working really well, and I'm really liking that.
Cool.
And I was able to actually quickly go through since I went with that. I actually have all these in for the quarter
Cool.
because I copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste. Oh, season vague, really? No, start your own stream. Start your own stream.
Yeah.
You go find your own clients on your own stream. Like, mostly because you're probably going to scam the ones that respond to you. So anyway, so that's what I'm doing there. I gave my daily diffuser section
Mm-hmm.
a little oomph. I zhuzhed it up a bit.
Cool.
So I'm liking that so far. Or I think I will like that. I've got to get into this quarter because I just did that for this quarter.
Right.
Then you can kind of see it's already set up for the week. This week I'm testing out that daily routine card.
Okay.
If I want to make changes to it before. Although I do have to go through, I realized I have a oopsie waiting to happen, which
Okay.
is I got to copy these
Uh-huh.
and keep them elsewhere so I can
Right.
run through.
Show your weekly because it looked there. Let's go back.
Go back.
This week's weekly.
Okay. So yeah. And it did speed things up because I'm effectively taking the ones that I create here on the week,
Mm-hmm.
copying them and dropping them on the page.
Right.
And just reducing their size to make them fit them.
Cool.
So yeah, this is kind of where I'm going with that one.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm liking it. It makes my literal sticky whore heart happy to see sticky notes.
Right.
You know, like if you've ever worked with me, you know my love affair with the sticky pad. I love a square sticky.
See, I like the other ones.
I will put that shit on anything.
I like the longer ones with lines. Of course, I'm a line person, and that's what I recommended to you, is to create a line time box, or take the one that I have created and PMG it over.
You know, I've toyed with that. I don't know. I really can't find a box design that I like that works.
Okay.
So that's why I'm trying it this way. Like, it works great for tasks lists to have that pre-printed form look. It really, I think, just screws with me.
Okay.
Because literally when I was on paper, this is how most of my appointments in my life looked.
Right.
Was sticky note.
Right.
Like, I will abuse, like, I have killed more trees with sticky pads than any other thing I've ever done in my life. Because I'm a sticky boy. And I think I finally have acknowledged and accepted that's what was missing. I needed my damn stickies.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad you got your stickies.
Yes.
Yes. All right. So, how was the review for you? As we start now we're going to move into my personal planner, and we're going to start actually personal planning.
Okay. Well, the review, pretty good. I've got a couple of sections I didn't get finished. But overall, I'm kind of happy with it. I really think, because I answered it all in one.
Right.
But I think I'm having a few moments of, like, I needed to see the accomplishments to de-stress over the things that didn't get done.
Right.
And feel better about things. And I think that has a lot more to do this time, specifically this quarter, with the amount of high-stress projects that came in.
Right.
And that, no, they're not done.
No.
Which is not what any client ever wants to hear. But considering the volume that I ran at this quarter, I'm just, you know what?
Right.
This is as good as it gets. Like, you like, there were a lot of high stressy things.
Well, and there was a lot of things that came in that weren't bad things that came in. They're actually really good. It'll be great for the clients. It's a lot of management stuff. But at the same time, it's like, okay, so, this is where this is at, and this is what we're doing with it. And clients are just like, okay. I think you hold yourself to a standard that no client's holding you to.
For the most part, that's probably the most accurate thing in the world to say about me, is that I do have really high standards for what I want to deliver.
Right.
And I also take on when I feel like a client has been wrong.
Right.
And there was, at least, well, there were 2 projects surrounding that this quarter. In which someone was so screwed by their previous provider. And it's like, one, I couldn't even begin to explain to them how screwed you were by your previous provider, like the layers of things that are wrong here. And, like, because there was a technical aspect of that ain't right. There was a financial aspect of, oh, for the love of God, that's not right.
Right.
And then there was I don't understand how someone made the kind of money off of you that they made. And just did the barest of minimums.
Mm-hmm.
and were cranky about it.
Yeah.
Like I just all of it together, it was like, this is not what your experience should have been for the money you paid
Mm-hmm.
over the years that you paid it with this provider.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sweet Jesus. Like, you might as well have just hired an IT team
Right.
to work your business for you. Because Jesus, the amount of money and the just sheer minimal effort put into it.
Mm-hmm.
I was floored.
Right.
So yeah, when I do see situations like that, I really have that innermost desire to, like, I'm gonna fix this.
Right.
I've got to fix this. I've got to make this experience better for you.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're missing out horrible on the things you should be getting out of the experience.
Right.
Because this isn't it. And I really hate that professionally. Like, I
Right.
hate bad IT people. I hate bad web design people. I we all got to make our money, and I know I try to be inexpensive. And I will be inexpensive for your business. Like, I do not propose like super expensive solutions unless you need them.
Right. And
But
I'm
there
cheap.
are moments.
And I'm just cheap.
Well, I think we both kind of follow the keep it simple principles
Right.
of, like, because I don't like selling shit just to sell shit. I'm sure that I could go out, and if I put my mind to it, I
Mm-hmm.
literally just sit here and sell super expensive solutions all day long to people.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that.
Right.
I don't like selling people things they don't need.
Right.
Like, this is where I always failed. I'm not a salesperson. I suck at sales because I can't sell you crap you don't need. Like, I can't get passionate about it. I cannot argue it. I cannot debate it. I cannot bring myself to do it. Like, I'm your worst salesperson in some regards.
Right.
But when I'm sitting here looking at a solution that is the right size for your business and has a reasonable cost,
Right.
oh, I will fight till my death
Mm-hmm.
to be like, this is how you make that work.
Right.
Um,
Well, it's like the iPad. You'd been trying to sell me on it for a while.
I had,
And I had an Android tablet. Matter of fact, it's still in my morning basket. I'm like, well, my Google Calendar if I really need it. But no, I'm really liking the iPad. I think it's very useful. I am looking forward to having the um I have the Apple Pen, but I need the other thing. What do I need?
well, you have the pencil. We need the paper feel
Yeah.
screen protector, which has more to do with making it feel like a paper writing surface,
Right.
like that. Oh, ho, ho, ho. That turned out to be the biggest secret to digital planning,
Mm-hmm.
that I don't think anyone really talked about enough. But I noticed that when I was looking at starting a digital planner,
Mm-hmm.
it seemed like that was the A1 tip
Right.
that everyone had was, do not try to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Do not try to use the iPad pen on its standard screen, or the
Right.
pencil on on the iPad standard screen. It sucks.
Yes.
Um, like, it's just too glossy. The pencil slides too easily. It's not
Right.
a good experience.
Right.
So it was like, okay, I can follow that, and they're a 2-pack for $8. Cool. I'm sold. And it was night and day difference for me between trying to use they're not joking around. It doesn't really work all that great. Could you get used to it? Possibly. But
Yeah.
if you want more of an out of box, I'm ready to go and work, buy the screen protector.
Right.
It's the only time I'm ever really gung-ho on screen protectors.
Mm-hmm.
That's not something I generally recommend. I'm not a fan of. I don't really like them.
Mm-hmm.
I've had a few. I haven't loved the experience of both.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more the put me in a lockbox otter case from hell.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm going to go to that level, if I think the phone's that fragile, otter box me up, man. But for everything else, it's like, no.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it. So, and with that said, I will say I am running the iPhone 14,
Mm-hmm.
like just a basic case. Like it has some drop protection, which is nice, and it's MagSafe. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
no protector. I'm not doing it. It doesn't. I Marie Kondoed my way out of screen protectors. They do not bring me joy. They bring me nothing but pain and aggravation, and do not protect your phone.
Right.
Not my experience. I've never had one protect my phone yet.
Right. All right.
But for user experience,
Mm-hmm.
I will say that kind of that paper feel,
Right.
nice. Like that is everything the stylus has been missing on these devices forever.
Right. All right. So October doesn't have a lot of personal events on it right now, which is fine. I'm sure they'll come. They always do. When's the full moon, darling?
Oh, well, we just had one,
I know.
and I think is it the 28th? 28th. October 28th is the full moon. The new moon is the 14th.
Okay.
It's a perfect month. Or that's what I call it when when the new moon and the full moon are on the 14th and the 28th. That's a perfect month.
Right.
It's as it should be.
Yep. Okay. And 28th. But where's my little pad? Because I think it's the 10th that I'm going. Is it the 10th? The 10th I'm going to Charleston.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm still sorry about that, but that's unfortunate.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah. I haven't been to Charleston in a couple months.
You haven't. A couple of months.
Yeah.
A little more than that.
Okay.
I think.
What time do I have to be there?
That one specifically, let me see, that's part of what I am not got totally in yet.
I think it's 11:45.
It's a looks like noon appointment.
Yeah, okay,
Nope,
11:45.
11:45.
Right.
There we go.
So I need to take this off. So we will half block that. Okay, and then, or let's even do it better. I'll just block it out. These are great for these calendar pages. I know they're designed for like the empty boxes, but I like slapping them in there so that you can't write on that.
Yeah, can't double book yourself.
Right. All right. Let's see here. And you're out the 17th.
Yep, I am on the road the 17th.
Yep. Ew. So I'm trying to use some of my icon stickers, and some of them I'm like, ew.
Oh no. You don't like them?
I don't like them because they're just so fragile, and they're like the opposite of this would look like a nice solid orange star. It wasn't.
Oh no.
Yeah, so that wasn't impressive at all.
Oh.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
is why they started using all the tweezers.
Yes.
Like, did everyone else notice that there was a point in which everyone started doing paper plating with tweezers?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
All right.
I wasn't ready.
Sorry, I'm also trying to use up my event sticker. So this is my monthly. It's really a simple monthly. I'm leaving a lot of white space here for a reason. When a month has this little in it, that tells me it's going to fill up faster.
Oh,
So I'm setting my boundaries up by blocking out the dates that I'm taking off or I'm not doing anything so that I can handle the other stuff there. And then we're going to still be doing the HB90 at home, except I'm doing it in a classic happy planner and using the 3-box method. And where is it? I think we will go Galaxy Moon this week. And me and Brenda both liked it, so I'm going to do it again.
Your page borders.
Yes, that is so. And you can put a flag up on your page, and that works pretty well. But the page border, you can have it without the flag.
Nice.
Yeah. Almost. I thought that was leaves. It was. It's not. Let's go. Like, washing companies, we got to talk. Some of your stuff's a little bit like, what the hell?
A little bit.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm taking do this. The big, thick along the bottom.
Yeah, you might want to scoot up.
I will in a minute if I can.
Okay.
Dulled my knife. I don't know why it doesn't want to cut sometimes.
Is it time for a new blade?
Probably. I mean, I've cut a lot with it. Not that I've done anything like surgery or anything. Someone wouldn't let me do that.
No.
Cutting around the side with this black and white.
Oh, I wish we'd ordered you the crime scene tape.
Well, there's still time. There's still time.
We gotta get you crime scene tape.
No, we do. We do for the weeks when there's really a crime scene in this house.
Well, no, I was meaning we've got Halloween coming up, and that is the most traditional.
I know, but there is a happy spooky box that I'm waiting to see if our Joanne's gets.
Ooh.
And I'm really seriously thinking about getting it if they get it. That's why I'm also kind of excited to go to Charleston, because Charleston has a Michaels and they get things normally before anyone else does in the state. Like, I don't know how that truck gets there, but they get it first.
Oh, I wonder if they're on a different loop, because like we have a Walmart that does that locally. Well,
Yeah.
sort of locally, and it's because they're in a totally like they're basically a Virginia market, even though they're in the middle of West Virginia. because that's the route their truck takes. Is they
Right.
start in Virginia and they come towards us. Well,
Right.
they end at us or end at that
Right.
store. That's what I'm trying to
Right.
say.
Yeah. Fiddling with this. All right. Yeah.
It's not the unhappy washi right there.
It isn't. It's really slick washy.
Not the thing you want with your washi.
No, I really don't want thick and okay. This is part of that, and I bought their stickers and I wasn't happy with their stickers, and then it was the only washi they.
Parkland?
Yes, this one may not even stick.
Oh, no.
Yeah, like the Park Lane washi, probably will not buy that again.
I know you were finally happy to get like their stuff.
Right.
Like planner wise, you never could get happy with their planner.
No.
But the accessories were really cute.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks like that's not a winner.
No. Their washi isn't. Now their covers were fucking to die for. Like,
yes.
Yeah. Because they had like the astrology cover.
Mm-hmm. Like no, they've had really cute accessory bags.
Mm-hmm.
But like their planner, it's so close.
Yeah.
It's like it's so close to a good idea.
Right. I may end up getting a knife like Cindy has. All right, so we got our borders in. Let's see. Well, almost.
Yeah, you got one more border.
Yep. All right. There's that. Now this week we have. Let's grab our sneakers. Let's grab our black sneakers for the week.
You're loving the sneakers.
I really like them. Like this is one I will probably order off of Etsy.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Monday, Wednesday, Friday sneaker week. All right. So, and this one is at 2. And then I have the trader at 3. And then you have the house at 3:30. 3:30 or 4:30? 4 o'clock.
3:30 to 4:30.
Okay. All right. And then here I'm going at 9 o'clock. And here I'm going at 9:45 p.m. All right. And then, all right, what do you got affecting me this week?
I think I just have the one thing, which is Friday.
No.
Oh, wrong week. Thursday, I have my dermatologist appointment at 2 p.m. 2 p.m.
Okay. That works. Awesome. All right, so let's look at our menu. That's going to be our center boxes of what's for dinner. What do we got?
All right, let me slide some things over. Scroll faster. Scroll faster. All right, so Monday is pulled pork barbecue.
Okay.
Tuesday is chicken tacos.
Okay.
Wednesday is chicken tenders and fries. We're not sure if we're doing the anytizers or not.
Okay.
Thursday is pancakes and bacon.
Okay.
We're doing an eat out on Friday.
Okay.
Breakfast for dinner with biscuit, eggs, and potatoes on Saturday. And leftover Sunday.
Okay. All right. Now let's put my work in here. This is a 11 to 6. This is a 11 to 6. And then this one is also a 2:30 to 6. 11 to 6. And no afternoon there. This is 11 to 6. This is an afternoon to 6. And another 11 to 6. And a 2:30 to 6. 11 to 6. And 2:30 to 6. All right, and then I know this is the what time's my Yule meeting?
Is that this week?
Yep, it's on the 8th.
Oh, so it is. Well, that's next Monday. Oh, well, that's Sunday. Okay, there we go. Is at 4:30.
Okay. So we got some space to use up some stickers that we've been wanting to use up. Well, because you buy these seasonal things and it's really nice. Like, I really like them. But when you're doing the broad plans like I was doing, you can't use them.
True.
Sorry, guys. I can't go anywhere on Saturday. Right, so that's all of that one. That would be kind of cute, but not spooky. So cute. I'm going to use this fall bucket list right here. And then, yeah, and this isn't things I want to go do for the fall. This is things that we need to get done in the house for the fall.
Yeah, we got to winterize.
Yep. We got to winterize. We got to industrialize.
Industrialize.
Yes. Create my new food pantry in the back office.
Oh, fair. I always hope when you say that you mean like exposed brick and like, hang everything on pipes.
Hey, I did that in the kitchen. Thank you very much.
You sort of did that in the kitchen. I mean, like black cast iron, just industrial. I'm there. Like, not just industrial look, like I want it to be industrial strength.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you take down that shelf, you've taken down the outer framing of the house.
Like the nail in your office that we cannot pull because I think it's connected to the neighbor's house.
We're pretty sure, yeah. Pretty sure. Yeah. Like,
yeah,
maybe not in that fashion, but generally speaking, yes. Like, it's the biggest nail, y'all. Apparently, his father dearly loved the idea of like the 4-inch barbed nail into a stud to just hang a picture.
4-inch barb, please, honey. That is a 6-inch because it is attached to the
all the way out to the siding.
Yes, because I remember you could hang stuff off of it
on the outside of the house.
Yes.
I swear.
That's all right. If I ever sell this house, they're going to have a lot of fun.
You're really? Like, break out the Dremel and good luck.
Yes.
Like, I'm still trying to pull up some carpet tacks that I don't think are coming out. Like, I think they're all the way in. Like, I did not know carpet tacks could be that long, and I think that should be my first indicator they were not carpet tacks.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm pretty sure they go all the way through the floorboards into the joists.
Well, you got to remember, this floor actually has another floor underneath it.
Fair enough, but I think they're through that.
Possibly.
Like, I don't know. Like, I'm traumatized, is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Because I like, generally speaking, like, you run into those situations where someone yanks carpet and like, okay, there's a few tacks left. We're gonna be a while finding, all the carpet tacks. No, these aren't coming out. Like, we've ripped, we've pulled, we've pried, we've done everything but like drill around them.
Mm-hmm.
And just pull the floor.
Right.
And I don't even think that would get it. That's why I haven't haven't even thought about really attempting it, because I think it's so far down. We would pull a plug out of the joist
of the mind underneath the house.
I mean, it's possible. Like, they're in there. They're in there. Like, I had some luck with a few,
mm-hmm.
but the rest, it's just like they're not coming out.
All right, what's invisible this week?
let's see. Invisible is 5 to 10 on Monday.
Okay.
Then we jump to Thursday for another 5 to 10.
Okay.
And then Friday 4 to 8.
Okay. All right, let's see what else we can do with this black theme.
It needs more spiders.
I know. I gotta see if I have any more spiders.
Maybe a skull. Can we get a skull?
I don't have any skulls either.
Oh, not even sugar skulls?
No.
Oh.
Like,
On behalf of our viewers, I feel let down.
well, that's fine. You can go and buy me the Halloween decoration book that will go through in about 10 years.
Sugar skulls are year round.
Mm-hmm.
You can always use a sugar skull.
All right.
Hey, you put it next to Eat Out?
Yes.
Skull and crossbones next to Eat Out. Look, are you trying? Are you trying to kill us?
Not yet.
Oh, fair enough. Either that, or are you secretly wanting to do a dine and dash? Is that it?
Dine and dash.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that would be the most piratey thing one could do in these here times.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you got a skeleton. That's cute.
Yep. Next week we're doing palm trees, guys.
What?
Yes. I have this whole palm set I need to use up, so next week we're going to do palm trees.
Yeah, October?
Yes. Because Lord knows I already want to take off.
Oh my goodness. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. If if for Halloween you're counting like the whole like pirate adventure.
Yeah.
Okay, I can follow. I just was trying to figure out like what about October is making you want palm trees?
The temperature.
Well, that of course, but I was just sitting here like I'm not following, and then it was like pirate. Okay, I got the pirate theme, buried treasure. Dessert.
No. Next week we should be packing to move to Georgia for the season.
No.
Yes.
No. No. I'm glad. See, but this is like the like highlighter for our preferred temperature difference. I'm loving it.
Yeah.
That it's cooling off.
Yeah.
He is like, pack it up. I'm ready to leave. It's too cold.
No, it's going to get cold. Pack it up. I'm ready to take off. I'm ready to go and, settle in the South for, a few months while it's in the 80s down there and enjoy the sunsets.
Oh, goodness.
All right. Did I forget anything on my week? Do what?
I said it was the anathema of your people to move to a tropical climate.
Yes.
Brooms and hurricanes don't mix, honey.
Wrong set of people.
So I'm sorry. What about next week?
Not next week. This week. Did I forget anything?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I mean, coffees and teas and all that. Like
that goes into the other planner.
That's fair. So now, if we're just talking about the house stuff, I think we're good.
house stuff, personal appointments, what you can actually use it for. And then my work calendar is the bottom box.
Brenda, I'm not even acknowledging you with a response because that joke is so bad.
Well, you could read palm leaves. And we're going to be teaching palm reading class probably next quarter, not this quarter. So look for that in the summer, Brenda, because I know you're wanting the palm reading class. But no, I've got all this palm tree stuff. I figured we can go ahead and use it in October and get on through it.
Fair enough.
All right. So, guys, we hope you've enjoyed seeing us set up our quarter, looking at our new quarter system. What was your, like, shock and awe this quarter?
My shock and awe? Oh, this quarter setup?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there was a total shock and awe. I mean, I think the fact you got Notion set up in time to manage this quarter, that's a shock and awe. Because it was touch and go there for a few minutes where I was like, I don't think this is going to make it.
Well, honey, I was a little rusty in my coding. I'm sorry I hadn't done it for 10 years.
That wasn't a dig at you at all. No. That was this is not, that is the one thing I will say for Notion. It is not necessarily the most, like, turnkey friendly, like,
no,
you can do it in one afternoon system. Like, you spent a good solid week on it.
Right.
And, like, there were a couple of moments I thought that iPad was going out the window. And I was like, dude, calm down. Like, we will make it. We will make it. It'll be okay. Right. Like, we'll get there. But no, I think that was the biggest shock and awe was just the fact that you were able to pull that one off.
Yeah.
And get it totally usable for the beginning of October.
Right.
So I gotta say that's the biggest, like, shock and awe.
Right. I figured that I had actually gone digital would have shocked you.
No, I felt it coming. Like, I felt like I had slowly.
Notion's what it's made in, Brenda.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I can get that link.
Notion.com, I believe it is. Like, it's real simple, just Notion.com.
No, it isn't.
No?
No, it's not a .com.
Oh, sorry. Oh, Notion.so.
Yeah.
But Notion.com will get you.
Yeah.
Like, it will get you.
Yeah. And if I get good enough, Brenda, I will build templates, but I'm not that good yet. I'm too rusty.
Like, it's a lot of versatility. Like, if you're looking for the whole toolbox of things that you can do, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of templates built, and there's a lot of things that you can do with it. Like, you have all the power tools.
Right.
But it is definitely one of those that in the beginning, there's a few moments that you, like, I know I sat there with it and I was like, oh God, this is all the things.
Yeah.
Like, it has so much power, yet at the same time, it's like, I'm not getting a lot of easy buttons here.
Yeah, it's like, not easy button. It is old-timey coding that I just love doing. It's very rare that I get to do old coding because computers think for themselves now.
They do.
Yeah. And then I'm using what is that animation? Notion animations for the syncing. Yeah.
So it's cross syncing. And what you had to spend like $5?
$9 a month.
$9.
Right.
And that was just to get the up to the minute syncing.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Otherwise, it would like sync 1,000 items, and I'm like, my calendar has more than 1,000 items in it.
It's like, well, that's cute.
Mm-hmm.
That'll get you to sometime in 2008.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
But no, it was fun. It was interesting to see how I could do things. And there's a lot of things that I can still do. Like I can even assign, like, you know, this also allows me to like assign stuff to you that I believe will pop up on Trello.
Yes, it should.
It should.
So, yeah, it does cross integrate. It does. When I said it, it's all the power tools. It's all the power tools,
including a planner.
It's pretty much.
Yeah, like I can put in the feeds to like social media into a dashboard and be able to feed from social media.
Mm-hmm. Just sit there and feast to your heart's content.
Yep, we're not doing that though. We are going to install a Pomodoro widget.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is definitely your next item.
Yep.
Probably one of the most important business tools you will use today.
Yep, very much so. All right, guys. We hope you've enjoyed this very long Psychic of the Plans. We thank you guys for joining us. It was great answering your questions. It was great kind of showing off some of the stuff going on with Aeson Knight, Aeson Education, Mystic Computers, and the PCSP network. We have a lot of guest booked this month for the Psychic Coffee Shops and really cool authors, some other service providers. So we're still working on that. If you guys will remember to do the likey, the sharey, the subscribey, that would be amazing. We are now, Facebook apparently got their act together. We can't pre-schedule them, but you can, go over to YouTube if you want notifications there. We will be expanding on our Patreon soon, to where you can go and follow us over there and get all your coffee shop feed there. We'll be getting that there. But with that, let's make sure we thank the people that make this happen.
Absolutely. So, of course, we want to thank Beverly Walker, Mika G, Kathy, Mary Winfield, Brenda, Shannon C, Shannon D, Lady Gwendolyn, Charles Shaw, Tracy Van, Caitlin Bell, and Devin. If you'd like to learn more about us, the show, or how you too can become a Patreon sponsor and receive all the wonderful benefits our baristas receive, please visit us at PCSPNetwork.com.
Yes. And with that, guys, good night. We'll see you Tuesday.